I'm so excited. You muted my mic. Hey, we are live. We are live here from Chicago. I am your host tonight, Matricia Jackson. I am super excited to launch Motivational Mashup with Matricia. I'm going to ask for individuals to come on in the room. I'm going to ask you to like and share. We're going to get off into talking about real estate investment and why and what it is and why should you be a part of the investment community in real estate. I'm going to let you guys come on in the room, get situated, like and share um, this broadcast that is happening for the first time. I'll give you a little bit of information about myself. I am Matricia Jackson. I am a licensed real estate broker here in the Chicagoland area. I am a married woman for 27 years with two children and a mom to many. I'm also a real estate investor at heart, and I love serving and helping individuals get to their goals and to their dreams. That is my commitment um, in real estate and in the real estate arena, but mainly our discussion tonight is real estate investment. Real estate investment. That's what it is. Um, so I'm going to give you a couple of minutes. Come on in the room. 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 Like and share, and we're going to get off into the meat and potatoes. I just want to make sure that everyone can have a seat tonight at their computer. Grab you something to write with, grab you a notepad, iPad, something that you can begin to write information down um, tonight. So let's get off into it, right? So I gave you a little bit about me. Tonight, we are going to talk about investment in real estate. But prior to doing that, it couldn't be a better time for us to really talk about goals and mindset. In anything that you do, there must be a foundation in order to build on, successfully build on, and to be sustainable with anything that you're doing. So in real estate, we want to talk about that. We want to talk about mindset. We're going to talk about goals. I'm going to go right into, what are the benefits of real estate investment? What are the benefits of real estate investment? The one of the benefits is that it can fund your life. It can fund your lifestyle. It builds generational wealth. Moreover, in real estate investment, it is also a business. So real estate is a business, which means that business have a lot of advantages to you from many perspectives, right? The other reason why you should invest in real estate is because you can leverage it to for financial gain, right? So a long term, short term financial gain towards building a portfolio. There's so many different segments of real estate investment. You have real estate, you got wholes, you have real estate fix and flips. You have the most popular now, short term rentals. It goes on and on and on and on. There are many factors and many reasons to invest in real estate. And the main thing is it is an opportunity. It is a financial opportunity. Now, let's dive in, right? So, hey, a lot of people may or may not know the in and outs, the nuances of real estate investment. Is it hard? What are the pros? What are the cons? All of that we're going to get into segment by segment. And again, I welcome you to tonight. This is the first of many, many, many more podcasts to come. So we're going to segment it, meaning that you get a chance to be with me every Monday evening at 6 p.m. to dive deeper and deeper and deeper to help you, help us get to your investment goal. That's what it's all about tonight. So the number one thing I want to deal with beyond real estate investment, we know, hey, everybody wants more money, right? Everybody wants more money. Everybody can use more money for a lot of different reasons, right? So, but the main thing is this. Before we get off into building the bricks of investment, we must understand where we are mentally, mindset, and our goals. It is September. This is the fourth quarter for us to really kick it off into having a prosperous another year, right? And so let's deal with that. So if you know that you've been tossing around the idea that, hey, I want to build wealth through real estate. Okay, the question remains, why? And if you are on tonight, I want you to first of all understand, and the beliefs of what you do are important. So do you believe that you can invest in real estate and be successful? Again, do you believe that you can invest in real estate and be successful? I'm asking you that question because in order for you to be successful, you need to believe that you can be successful. And if you can, type it right where you are, write it on your paper, but type it right on the screen. I believe. Okay, if we don't write down what it is that we believe, it's real hard to achieve those things that you do not believe. It is real hard to achieve those things that you don't believe, right? So now that we have that understanding, is that I believe that I can achieve investments through real estate, right? Now, let's deal with the why. The why. What motivates you to want to invest in real estate? What do you believe that you can accomplish through real estate investment, right? We know it's a wealth building platform vehicle. We know that you can do a lot of extra things that you want to do, pay off your children's tuition, build real estate to fund your kids' college, to pay off your current mortgage, to cut to get rid of your current debt, credit card debt, but to fund a life that is fun, right? And all of those things. So what is your why? Why is it that you're interested in investment real estate? And you need to write that down. So my why today is ... This is the reason why. I believe I can do it. I believe I can do it, but now I need to write down why I am interested. So, hey, is it I want to build a bigger house. I want to move out of state. I want to go on many vacations. I want to save, for retirement. What is your big why? That is the question tonight. So write that down. We'll get off into what is your big why. Yeah, we'll get off into that. Then we're laying the foundation again tonight to have some what you call some self-discoveries, right? Some self-awareness, right? And we already know we're writing it down. What is our why? And once you have what is your why, now you understand why it is so important, for you to keep your why in front of you. If you do not keep your why in front of you, then you will not hit your goal. We're just kind of wishing and we're hoping, but we're not diving deep into our goals because they aren't before us. It is important and imperative that our goals remain in front of us daily to reach your goals. The other thing is don't let no one tell you that you cannot reach your goals. So you need to guard your ears and guard your mindset to make sure that you are not listening to stinking thinking and that this is your goal. Make sure that the goals that you set in the realm of real estate investing, as we talk, we're setting goals. Make sure these are your goals and not goals of other people, right? So when they're your goals, they become your reality and you will hit your goals because it's your momentum, it's your vibe, you're striving to get to that goal. Got it? Write down goal, GOL, write down goal, right? So you're going to keep it in front of you each and every day. You're going to hear me talk a lot about mindset on the podcast to come because that is forever to be before us because distractions are real, right? So every time you allow distractions to come on the surface, it just sets you back. So you have to reset quickly and to know that, hey, this is not a conversation I need to be at. I need to be on track. I need to stay on track. And I'm not saying be a robot, but what I am saying to be is be very clear, be very intentional, right? Be very true to your real estate investment business, right? So the next thing is real estate investing is a business. Real estate investment is a business. And if you have a business, that means you need to know when you're going to work your real estate investment business because real estate investment is work. Real estate investment is work. So what is your commitment level? How much time am I willing to lend, to give to my real estate business? How much time? Is it 4 hours a day? Is it 2 hours a day? Is it 10 hours a week? What is it? And as we continue every Monday, right now you got full access to me. As you continue, we will go through that, right? So we want to stay on track when it comes down to that. Now, let's dive in. So, my husband and I, we've been a real estate investor for a long time. So, for a very long time, I've been in the industry for 25 years plus, right? I started off as a real estate appraiser 25 years ago. And then I went into lending. I was a licensed loan officer for many, many years. And I only got my real estate license to invest. I thought, hey, I really want to get up close and in person, intimate with the real estate. I wanted to understand it more. And I believe I always had a desire for it prior to even becoming licensed. So I was fascinated by it because I knew, hey, I want to be in the forefront of the knowledge, and I wanted to take that lot of knowledge and make a difference in our financial life, in other financial life, in your financial life. So those years have now come to this point so that I'll be able to share, to advocate, and to help you to get to your real estate goals, right? So, one, let's talk about it. When you bought your house, you invested in real estate. If you are here and you own a property today, you invested in real estate. You have a real estate investment. That is your first property inside of your portfolio. Okay. That's your first property inside of your portfolio. So you invested in real estate. Now, what are the benefits that you got out of owning your own home? One, it felt amazing for sure. Okay. Two, you got a tax benefit because you are able to write off your real estate tax. And now it's to a certain amount, but that was a benefit that you never had when you were renting, if you were renting. The other thing is you also had an opportunity or have an opportunity to write off your interest, your mortgage interest. So that becomes these are tax benefits that I'm speaking of. And if you have more questions around it, I suggest you talk to your CPA as we just continue to talk about tax benefits. But these are some that come to mind, right? And the biggest is that when you made that investment, buying your home has grown in equity, or your home should grow in equity. What is equity? And trust me, there are a lot of, words, and don't feel bad by not knowing, the meaning of them. This is what this segment, this podcast is for us to break into the knowledge of, what we should know. So equity is the difference of the amount you owe on your property and the amount it is worth, which is the value. So equity is the difference of the amount you owe on your property and your current value. So let's simplify it. Great. 100 grand. I owe $100,000 on my home. Today, it is worth 200,000. How much equity do you have in your home? You have $100,000 of equity. Now, equity is money, right? That's what it is. Equity is money. This is the difference between the amount you owe and how much your house is worth that you can use, right? So many people use it. Hey, I want to refinance when rates were low. So you were able to use it then and to leverage a lower interest rate. And some people take the money out to do other things, like invest in real estate. They take money out to invest in real estate. The other thing is, they take out a line of credit, right? So maybe they did not refinance, but they had an opportunity to take out a line of credit of this $100,000. Okay, so that's the basics, right? That's the power of real estate. So, and real estate investment, right? And so for those who may be listening and they are first time home buyers, you have an opportunity as well to begin to buy. You can buy you a 2 to 4 unit, right? You can buy a 6 unit building if you chose to. You can put down a minimum amount of 3.5% with an FHA mortgage today. And you can live in one unit and the other units can pay your mortgage and more. Okay. It could satisfy your mortgage, and you could take the additional amount of monies and do whatever you choose to do with it. When you are renting, that doesn't happen. Plus, you are continuing to build equity. Okay. That's for those who are interested in, hey, I want to use, I'm a first time home buyer. I never owned anything. Great. Buy you a building. Call me. And get in the game. You become an investor immediately, right? And for those who already have a home, hey, this is an opportunity. It is wide open. 2 to 4, 6 units, 10 units, 12 units, 29 units. The sky's the limit, right? So where do I start? You started already. You joined this podcast with me. You wrote down your why. You got the right mindset. You written that I believe that I can do it, and now you on your way, right? So here is a few more analogies, right? So when we talk about fix and flip, which a lot of people were totally looking for, hey, to the fix and flips, right? So fix and flips, you just have to be smart, right, about what it is that you do. And so here is the simplicity of it. You find a property that is less than perfect. And when I say less than perfect, maybe it has undesirable colors, undesirable flooring, right? Undesirable kitchen, undesirable bathroom, right? And so when I say undesirable, I'm not talking about our emotions. I'm really talking about what the market is talking about. So what the market is talking about when it comes to fix and flips, it's saying, hey, I want granite countertops. I want, brand new kitchen cabinets or 42-inch cabinets, 36-inch cabinets. I want to look. I want, hardwood floors throughout. Whatever the market, I want a sexy bathroom. I want a new bathroom. That's what the market screams. That's where your value is. Your value is in your kitchen and it's in your bathroom. So, hey, can you buy a home today? Can you buy a building today and use a fix and flip option? Absolutely. What does that mean, Matricia? I hear you talking. I'm excited. I just can't even help myself. But now that I know this, where do I start? Well, the first place you start is let's jump into credit because a lot of people say, "Hey, I got some issues going on." It's okay. Everybody have had some issues going on. It's okay. So let's talk about credit a little bit. Credit is so fascinating in the way that you can leverage it, use it to grow your investment portfolio and to gain properties from. Okay, let's talk about it. So, number one, I always tell people it is not a matter of if you can buy, it's just a matter of when you can buy. And if you took 12, say you got jacked up credit, like my credit is just horrible, right? If you begin September 1, right, of just doing the basic things. And so the question is, what basic things do I do? Good question. You do not perform surgery on yourself. So the first thing you want to do is not guess and ask yourself, am I credit worthy? Am I credit worthy? You need to get your credit picture in front of someone who evaluates your your credit for a pre-approval. Plain and simple. You need to get in front of someone who evaluates your credit to see if you're worthy of a pre-approval with your current credit status. Okay? And even if you don't know now, then you would know. Okay, so what do I need to do? Maybe my credit is jacked up, right? And but I think it's jacked up because many people I've worked with, they thought their credit was jacked up and their credit wasn't jacked up. Listen, people, today you can buy with a 580 credit score. If I was young all over again, I would buy my property, FHA. I would get me a property, 2 to 4 unit. I would rent it out and I would do it over and over again. You can do it over and over again, right? So let's go back to it. So your credit, let's talk about it. That's number one. Don't try to perform surgery on your own self. Get in front of someone who will evaluate your credit worthiness. That's one. Two, let's talk about credit scores, right? So right now, 580 scores, and there's some scores they have zero, they have no scores, and they're getting pre-approved today. There are individuals that have no scores, meaning they have no credit. They've never applied for credit. They've paid cash, or they're just new, young, and just have never gotten a credit card, a car, or anything. That's fine. That's fine. You need to get evaluated for a mortgage. You need to get evaluated for a mortgage. Now, let's talk about this. So, I'm an adult and I've had credit for a very long time. There's some cleanup that I want to do with my credit. All right, here you go. If you have a credit now, because a lot of people don't understand how credit scores, how they go up and how they go down, and we all use credit, right? So credit is just kind of the way of the world, right? So if you have a credit card, that's $1,000 of a credit limit. So let's just break it down. Macy's gave you a credit card of $1,000. You got excited and you went on a shopping spree and you have ran the credit up to $950. And the only thing you have left is $50. Guess what? That just added pressure to your credit score and it dipped down. Okay? It dipped down. Before I go any further, you should be monitoring your credit. And I know a lot of people say, hey, lenders will say, Credit Karma is not the true credit number, But what is true is your credit picture. And that's what you need to be in front of. You need to know when your credit is dipping. You need to know if something is being put on your credit report that is not yours. You need to know when your credit file changes so that you can always be aware. Okay, that's called accountability to your credit. Your credit is everything, everything, right? So the bill of this Macy's account, it is due every single month on the 5th of the month. It is due every single month on the 5th of the month. You need to, one, when you're looking to do anything in real estate with your credit, try your best to go under 30% of what you owe on your credit cards. So this $1,000, don't spend no more than 300 and try to go under that, right? Keep your credit low, right? So that's one. Two, put all of your credit cards on a minimum payment ACH due, right? So have it for them to draft it every month by the 5th as a minimum payment. Even if you do decide to pay it off, you are safe. If you get hit with a 30-day late, it drops your scores tremendously. Sometimes 80, sometimes 100 points, right? Now, let's get off into we got the basis of credit, right? So you need to monitor it. Go to Credit Karma, sign up. It is free to see what it is that's going on in your credit world, and let's become responsible and accountable to our credit worthiness, right? Now, the other thing is I have a lot of credit, and I might be a little close. Um, Here's another trick. I shouldn't say trick, but advantage. Let me say that. You can call your creditors. You can call Macy's and say, hey, listen, I've been a valued, true to the game customer for many years now or for a year now. Can you increase me without a negative effect by pulling my score? I do not want my scores poor. I just want to know, will you provide an increase? You can call Chase to do that. You can call Credit One to do that. You could call Capital One to do that. You could call any of your credit card companies and say to Citibank, Costco, Sam's Club, hey, I've been a value customer. Will you increase my credit line? Guess what that does, people? When you get your lines increased and ask them, I want it increased without it being a ding to my credit, your credit scores begin to go up. Your credit scores begin to go up. Period. Now, let's get off into, we talked just a little bit about credit. I told you we were going to segment through every week, week by week, and there's not every single thing that can be covered here surrounding around credit. But however, you can get with me. You can place your email right there inside of the chat. You can DM me. We will be checking it to just take you further down that credit journey that you want to know about. It is not a problem. We have lenders that we work with who will give you that credit analysis of where you are for your credit picture. Okay, let's go. Fix and flip. You are seasoned. You got your mindset right. Your credit is good. Now, so Matricia, I'm so interested in doing fix and flips. How should I go about it? The number one thing you got to get with is a savvy agent, period. You got to get with a savvy agent who knows what he or she is doing, period. You got to do that. That not every agent understands fix and flips. They just do not understand it, right? So there's a lot of moving parts to fix and flip. One, identifying the location, right? So we know in real estate, everything, the number one thing is location, 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 right? So, and when you're doing the fix and flip, ideally, you want to be able to have that fix and flip near you so that you can get to it and check on it. so that you can manage it, right? So fix and flip is a business that you have to manage, right? So I find I get my financing, right? So that's the first thing is I want to leverage financing to buy my first fix and flip. What does that look like? This is the way it looks. um, it's different from buying a house that you're going to live in. So the criteria of it is different, right? So if you have equity in your home, um, you can leverage that by getting it multiplied to be able to move into what you call a pre-approval that allows you to begin to pick up, fix and flip properties, right? One at a time. I'm going to say one at a time. When you're new to the business, you do not want to get too far ahead of yourself at all. Okay. So that's one, getting your pre-approval, period. You want to get your pre-approval to know how much of a house can I buy, right? The next thing with a fix and flip is once you have identified your location that you want to buy in, that you want to invest in, right? So you're working with an agent, and the agent is beginning to send you homes within that area, right? So you want to see homes and you want what you call a CMA. What is a CMA? There's a million acronyms in real estate. CMA just simply means a comparative market analysis. That's the current value today. But what's concerning to you from an investment standpoint is the ARV. What in the heck is an ARV? That is the after repair value. So we just found a home on 123 Anywhere Street. It is a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bathroom. It has a basement and it has a 2-car garage. Today, right now, it's in very ugly condition. It needs a new kitchen, it needs a new bathroom, it needs new flooring, right? It needs new trimming. It needs new doors. It needs light fixtures throughout. I like to come in with granite countertops. It needs landscaping. Does it need a roof or not? Is the plumbing working properly? Do we need to upgrade the electric in the home? All of these things are things that go into what you consider a scope. A scope is what does this property look like right now in its current state, and what do I need to do? What do I need to put in it, right? To get it to an after repair value. Now, the numbers I'm throwing out here are not real numbers because we're not talking about a real property. I'm not doing a real CMA, right? But what I'm telling you is I'm giving you just a clear understanding that if you bought a 4-bedroom potentially, let's just say at $200,000, and you put $50,000 in for this example, then in it to fix it up, so you're at 250K. If you can sell it for 350K, the after repair value would then be $350,000. That's your ARV. Again, you bought it for 200 grand. You may put 50 grand in for the sake of this conversation. That's 250. You got 100 grand in equity. Okay. And that's gross. So that's before anything. But that's what real estate investment look like. You go to sell it, right? You go to sell your $350,000 investment property, and I'm going to use it for say, hey, I have $100,000 in equity, right? I got fees that I have to pay to resell, to sell it, right? Um, Commissions to my realtor, title fees, attorney fees. Okay, that's fine. We do know that it won't equal up to $50,000. So for the sake of this conversation, you just made 50 grand. You just made 50 grand. That's how the picture actually looks, right? Now, let's talk about it, because a lot of people say, okay, Matricia, I get it. I get the math, and I like it. I'm digging it and I love it, right? So I get it. Now, but what all goes into this, right? So what goes into this is you trusting your real estate team. You trusting your real estate team that the information you provided, um, it's core data, core numbers, right? So what you pay for is what you pay for, and there's an appraisal that actually uh, holds that contract accountable, right, to what it's worth today. So that's one. Two is when you talk about a scope, right? When you talk about a scope, you're talking about a general contract and what goes into, um, what it is to get this home up, plumbing, electrical, et cetera, et cetera. Then you spreadsheet that out. You line item that out, and you shop for people that you need to hire that are licensed, that are reputable, right, and that you could trust. And there's many ways of doing so, like talking to your real estate community, your real estate team, to help you figure that part out. um, and from there, it's really about a timeline, right? So it's really about a timeline. So we just talked about fix and flips, and again, we're going to keep diving deep every week on a subject of understanding. This is just the intro, just to share with you guys that the simplest things doesn't have to be hard, right? To put yourself in position, it does not have to be hard, but it does take a clear understanding of where you are, and it does take a timeline and of where you want to go. Period. And then the question is, well, I want to know how many can I do? How many homes can I flip? That's up to you. If there's people that I know have quit their jobs and they invest full time because they love it, okay? They invest full time because they love it, and they take that money and they keep doing it. So let's get off into holes, right? So we're gonna get off to into holes, right? So if you find a property, let's take the same scenario, right? And you decide that you want to take that same property, you want to fix that property up. It's the same 50K you're going to put into it. You decide, hey, I do not want to flip it out, but what I want to do is I want to rent it out. So I want to rent it out. Some people do 12-month lease. I want to rent that out. Then what you're going to be looking at is what is a rental analysis on this particular property that would include uh, the principal and interest, right, and insurance. What number can I get above that number? For many, $500 over the mortgage works for them. For some, $1,000 over the mortgage that works for them. So then, why am I holding on to a property? $500 doesn't seem like a whole lot. $1,000 doesn't seem like a whole lot. However, hey, guess what? Over time, it does, because guess what? I am very, very, very interested in my property to continue growing in equity. I am excited about my property growing in equity. Listen, I just wanted to come on. I wanted to just provide just some clear understanding of the simplicity of real estate investment. There's a whole lot more to come. On next week, we're going to use a live property. We're going to dive into like what's on the market. We're going to deal with CMAs of that property. We're going to deal with after repair values of that property. We're going to just dive a little bit deeper. We're going to dial back to what your goals are and make sure that you're being held accountable to those goals. And my goal is to see success come out of this podcast, to see success come out this podcast. If you have children, young people, 18, 19, get them in real estate classes like this so that they can begin to understand and have a different platform where they can be able to make a difference. Listen, you have heard from Matricia Jackson tonight, and I'm excited. I'm going to shut it down until next week. Please come back and share and share and share. Subscribe, share, and like so that I can continue to bring to you great resources and information. It has been a blast talking to you tonight. I'll see you next week at the same time. Have a great and wonderful evening.